everyone. Welcome to the Construction Record Podcast. I'm digital media editor Warren Frey, and with me today I have
Wayne Han, Dean of School of Construction and the Environment at British Columbia Institute of Technology.
And we just attended an event announcing a mass timber certificate. We're going to get into that, but before we do that, I want to talk about what were the conditions that led to this and led to the expansion of the campus, because that's happening as well.
Yeah, the lead up for this particular course or program that we finished the pilot off today was started a number of years ago. We actually met with industries, recognizing that there was an interest in off-site construction and specifically around mass timber buildings, and we wanted, from BCIT's perspective, find out what are the skill gaps that we could effectively address in our training program. So we brought a group of industry leaders together, from engineering through to trade suppliers, building envelope consultants, structural engineers, architects, and asked them specifically, what did they see as the challenges, and a number of areas came up for sure, and then we ended up identifying two opportunities. The first one was we put together a general program for knowledge base for everybody that was interested. It was an 8-week online micro-credential in mass timber construction. Very successful program over the last, since we launched it just over a year and a half ago. We've had well over 200 people take the course, so there was a definite industry need to understand more, get basic information. And then the second component of that we identified, which was a pressing one, was industry was saying that tradespeople, as a shortage of tradespeople everywhere right now for whatever you're doing, but specifically people that had experience or the knowledge in terms of how to actually assemble mass timber buildings. So we looked at that and identified that from there we were very appropriately, with our trade programs we have here, put together this associate certificate in the construction of mass timber structures. And it was sort of targeted around training a combination of an ironworker and a carpenter. The skill sets are matching to a degree, but not entirely complete. So we worked with pulling industry in, again, practitioners that are actually experienced at it, helping us define what was needed in terms of everything from understanding the connections, the nature of wood, how you deal with moisture with wood, some of the unique properties of constructing with mass timber, and then obviously the assemble side of it. So we did that and offered this pilot, which started about 9 months ago, and today represents the last. There was 4 courses online that provided a lot of the technical knowledge and theory, and then this last 2 weeks here, students have come onto the campus, assembled this 2-story mock-up, and they'll finish it off today. They'll put some building envelope panels on, and then they'll disassemble the structure, and we'll repeat offering the course next enrollment starting in January. I guess it'll be next year. So that's how the courses came about.
And this is also part of the government's Mass Timber Action Plan, and today they announced they're putting $250,000 into education for mass timber.
Yeah, that was greatly appreciated. That I should back up. Those courses that I just mentioned, the micro-credential and the associate certificate, were also the BC government gave us some funding, and very open in terms of saying, here's some funding for BCIT to apply towards the advancement of innovative wood solutions. And from that, we took it and identified those opportunities I talked about. Today, with the $250,000 that Minister Kang announced, our intent is to go the next level of training. We're looking at, there's a lot of interest from that focus group. It's very clear that there's a need for specific skills around mass timber at the technologist and the engineering and at the architectural side of the sector. So we're going to be looking and seeing what programs can be offered there. If not specific separate programs, perhaps even add-on courses to the number of civil engineering, building technology, architectural science programs that we already offer here at the Institute.
And you're also going to showcase at the campus itself student housing that's going to be the tallest mass timber building, or maybe one of the only ones, in Burnaby.
Exactly, and that's coming on for construction to start here this fall. We're really excited about that as well. That's one of many projects that we're fortunate enough to have that are on the schedule to be constructed and are funded for moving ahead here. We've got that that 12-story residence building. We've got a 82,000 square foot trades and technology complex that's going to go up on our campus here, a showcase for a number of our programs in our School of Construction Environment. Again, emphasizing we're going to take advantage of it being as much mass timber as possible, but we're also, I think one of the special parts about that building is it's going to bring, as the sector itself is, and BCIT, we offer trades all the way through to technologists, degree programs in engineering, as well as master's programs. So we're going to put them all in the same building and get people sort of breaking down the silos of not knowing, of working under their own area or being exposed to it. This way people are going to see the whole sort of spectrum of training that relates to the construction sector. We see some really great synergy coming from that, which we're excited about.
That was my next question, because it seems like, because the School of Construction and Environment, I mean, it's been around a while, but now it's expanding even further, and it seems like there's a drive for more education, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think the construction sector obviously is, as most sectors, certainly screaming for workforce, but in a different way as well, from a lot that we haven't heard or we weren't hearing about maybe even 6 years ago. There's definitely more of an interest in terms of how do we address this productivity? How do we operate a little more efficient? And there has definitely been a move more towards the off-site construction, pre-manufacturing, which obviously mass timber is a component of that. And so that's the direction that we're trying to see some opportunities come from as well in terms of how we're growing. Yeah.
And with the Trades and Technology Complex, what's sort of the lookout for that? When does it start building, and when do you see completion happening?
With the building itself, we're hiring the consultants. We're in the process of hiring the consultants right now. They'll hopefully have those in place by the end of the month. And then it'll go through the design process, probably be at least a year before it goes in for building permit, and then building permit process at the city, probably another year plus. So, I'd say we're at 22, 23, 24, 25. So construction might start in late 24, 25, and then I would assume it's maybe an 18-month construction process.
Okay. Yeah. And if, let's say students or prospective students are looking to get into this mass timber program, or they're just generally interested in construction and the School of Construction Environment, where should they go?
Go to BCIT website, bcit.ca, type in anything related to it, mass timber, type in the trade, type in engineering. It'll pop up there eventually, and you'll be able to hone in on the program that you want. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks, Wayne.
Okay, you're welcome.